Thank you so much, everybody, for allowing me to tell my stories and reading poetry and acting your movies and your TV shows and stuff. It's been a really blessed life, and I just want to say thank you so much for your encouragement and your support. It means a lot. You don't have to do it, but you do. And that's what's up. I wrote this when I was 19 years old. Ready? I'm 51 now, by the way. Oh, say, can you see by the blood in the street that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and their hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory. Oh, say, does this truth hold anywhere? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Now I already know because we be having trouble to start off. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. Yep, we good.
Okay, good job. I'm on my phone, so we'll try it. My computer was
Yeah, I think
working,
your
so
phone be working better. I don't know, but sometimes your phone go in and out, but it's better than the computer, I think. But because I can understand everything you say.
okay, cool. Let me know if it goes out. Let me know.
All right.
We in computer day, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot going on
Boy, these
today.
crackers gonna clown. They gonna clown. They gonna clown. They gonna clown. No, oh boy, this is gonna be a rough one.
You know what, Cassandra? And I'm gonna do something a little opposite of what I normally do. Um, I always start off. I don't want to get your blood pressure started off already, so let's.
I don't know what I'm just gonna say. I don't know what we gonna do. What can we talk about today that's not gonna get everybody's blood pressure up? Everybody's blood pressure needs to be up because we need to be busy right now. This is the 911 for Black people. If you don't see what's happening, you're in trouble. We got two cases getting ready to. Well, one just happened where the little boy got gunned down and the Chinese guy walked. That's one case. And you got another one, this Anthony baby, the one that, got into it with the two brothers, the bullies, right? Defends himself, and now they want to crucify this baby. I'm gonna tell you what, it could have been mine because my child would not be in this justice system. Seriously, this is not a justice system. This system in America, they got an all-white jury, and they are going to crucify that baby. Period. And we already know it. They waiting. There's no way I would have had my child. I don't care if I had to fly him to a damn island. He would not have have stood trial in this country. I'm telling you. Or I'd have said, look, you're not gonna get my child an all-white jury. His parents are doing him an injustice for not fighting for their baby. And they look like they're so passive that they're not fighting for him. There's no way he would have had an all-white jury. Why is this child got an all-white jury? You already know. They already setting this shit up from the beginning. Who's the judge? The judge. Look at the judge. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. But this. If black folk ain't mad right now, I don't know what's gonna make you guys mad. I don't know what's it gonna take. I don't know. Is it gonna have to happen to you before you actually get mad enough to do something about what's going on? They want you to get to the point where you don't even fight for yourself. No matter what you do, you're not gonna win in their system. But I'm gonna try to calm down. I'm gonna be cool today. I'm gonna breathe.
No,
I'm gonna
you
go
don't
take
have
my
to
little
be. You don't have to be. I'm gonna try to calm you
give me a
down
blood
first.
pressure drink.
I'm gonna try to start off because as you know, we all gonna like you said, we all mad, gonna be mad, or we should all be mad. I don't know, if we be mad, but
Hey, you should have been there. Well, I don't know what we're waiting on. We should have been burning some shit. I'm telling you, forecast, I don't know what it's going to take for America, black folk in America to rise to the occasion. What are we doing? What are we waiting for? This is not going to get no better because you're not saying nothing. And I think it's like if I had my head in the sand, but your butthole was sticking up, that it's going to go away. It's not. It's going to get worse. This is just the beginning, you guys. Just the beginning. But this baby is going to be crucified by these crackers. They are. They said they got so the protesters. They got so many white folk out there. It's just like it reminds me of Ruby Bridges. That's what it reminds me of. They will never change. They will never change. And she put her baby left. She left her child. I'm gonna say the family, the mom and the dad, because he got two parents and they're very active in his life. But they left him uncovered. They didn't even fight for this. There's no fucking way that I would have let my child walk in a courtroom full of white folk. There's no way. There is no way in hell. No way. You better find me some black folks somewhere. But they act like they don't understand what's going on. They act like they're slow or they forgot. I don't know what it is. But he about to pay the price for his parents being so passive. But go ahead, I'm gonna try to be quiet. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you start. We didn't even
no,
start good,
no,
did we?
no. We started perfect. That was you started how people should have been. The problem is we should have been saying that 400 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, we
we
better
haven't
start
been.
somewhere.
Yeah,
We
we
better
gotta
start
start
somewhere,
today,
and now is
right?
a good time. Now is a good
Yeah.
time. I'm telling you. Didn't we hear something where Trump told the police that they're gonna have 1 hour to do whatever they want to do in America? And I seen it. I seen a write up that that he said. I don't know if he said it or not, but I seen it on TikTok, and I've said, well, you know what? That's the hour where black folk better get busy and do whatever they need to do. Seriously, if he gonna allow them to do whatever, that means you get to do whatever too. So that means you better handle your business. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I
You're
would
not
say
gonna just
about
want
the,
to.
but I would say
Uh huh.
about an hour. They've been given like hundreds of years to do whatever they wanted to do,
Exactly.
and so
Exactly. Exactly. And what we doing? So if he really gives them that hour, he's giving them, like you said, he's giving them hundreds of years, and black folks still sitting there waiting. What we waiting on? And you hear some people say, "Well, if they send us back to slavery, I ain't going." And yes, you is. You going? You gonna pick them berries, and you gonna be glad to pick them. You're gonna pick them cherries and be glad to pick them. You're gonna pick them strawberries and be glad to pick them. Because I don't see you doing anything now. And he's setting that stuff up for you to go back into those fields. And you guys are sitting there passively waiting. Let's see what he gonna do. I ain't going, you talking all this trash. But they're setting it up and you still sitting on your asses doing absolutely nothing about it, any of it. What can you do? Let me help you. You can hold your money and you can support your own. You can separate immediately from them. Get your own system, get your own justice system, get your own police department, and help these people who have a whole 100 acres of land. Go and ask them, can I buy a plot? Can I have a half of a plot? Can I have 2/3? And build your cities. Start now. We have people just got their taxes. We have single women that have over $10,000 of taxes. And I hear it every day. I hear it all the time. Oh, I got 15,000. Okay. That was your opportunity to build. What did you do with that 15,000? What did you do with the 10,000? Did you get your passport? Are you moving out of America? Are you going to Panama, Costa Rica? Go somewhere. Get the hell out. What are y'all waiting for? They're setting this shit up right in front of your faces, and you still sitting there like a bump on a log. Like, oh, they are already challenging the 14th Amendment. What does that mean? Birthright. They're challenging that. Oh, they ain't talking about black people. What 14th Amendment made for? Why would they be challenging that? It was made for black people. What are you fucking waiting for? Get on the computer and see what can you go to with your visa and with your $15,000. What can you go to? There's plenty. Albania, look, Albania, Philippines, look up those countries. You don't need, they'll for 15 months, for a whole year, and then they'll keep extending it. That's in Albania. Just saying, you got to do something. It's gonna get really bad there. You gonna, asses ain't gonna make it if you don't get the hell out. Okay, forecast. I'm trying to let you start this show. Go ahead. I'm
All
gonna
right,
try.
all right, there we go. All right, let me start it. There we go. Um, hopefully y'all can hear it. Hopefully I can hear it.
Look. This brother, all his brother trying to do, just have a good
Yeah, we
old
good.
time dancing.
I can hear
Here
you.
comes single white female that thinks she's the black man's dream, and everybody wants her. Tries to dance with him, ain't got no rhythm, and then boom, here come the black woman. That beautiful black woman that got all the rhythm and soul because she was genetically made and created for her black man. And then watch how when they start dancing together and then coming together, got rid of the single white female. Ain't nothing better than that.
And there's some black communities and got rid of whatchamacallit.
That's what it's gonna take right there.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope y'all getting this. We're not doing this show.
Well, we have a quote unquote American brother in here. I don't know if it's our brother or not, but Cassidra, just to I want before we even get into that, I want you to see this. Check this
Kids
out.
are young to learn to swim. Let's get into this video.
Listen to this.
This brother probably it's probably this
Okay,
brother
go ahead.
who's right here, who's in the chat. He probably got out the chat. Probably him. Check this out though. Now he's out there swimming with his white friends, and they done left the brother out there to drown.
Let's get into this video.
Listen to this.
You can swim down, River, you fucking retard.
You gotta learn how to swim.
Bro, how am I gonna get you back home? You don't think Mama Marquise is gonna be worried? Yeah, your mom? My mom's name. My dad's your mom is always worried about you.
So my dad's in prison.
My dad's in prison. I think that's why. When your dad's in prison, we know, we can tell. I'm looking at you.
White kids talking to a black boy.
Bro, we get you kids. Bro, just go get a kayak. I'll just fucking life jacket on Marquise. I'll just wait. Bro, you have a life jacket. Oh, I'm
They're trying to force him to get in this water.
Oh, yes, it does. Bro, I'll just find a way.
Look at him. He can't swim. They left him out there.
Bro, you have a life jacket. I'm gonna die.
He's saying,
You have to go. You did that to get over there. We taught him how to swim. Oh, so I can just like hold on. And here if you want. Yeah, I might drown. You won't drown. Oh, you won't drown. You're not gonna drown. I promise you won't drown. There you go. Thank you. What's your name? Huh? Hey. What's your name? My name is Marquise. But everybody calls me LeVar because I go to like Danella. Are you okay? Are you
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah. Okay. I was okay getting over here. They think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim. Good job right now.
Now you see that consider they the young brother with his quote unquote white friends and they left him out there to drown.
Yep. Am I surprised? No. Why are we surprised? That's who they are. They are showing you every day who they really are. I keep telling y'all that those are Satan's children. God got his children, which is black folk, okay? Because we have the most given heart. And then Satan got his children. And we seeing them face, we're looking face and face, and we still don't know who they are. We still act like we don't know. But they show you signs every day of who they are. They show you signs every day, every freaking day. And we still will marry them. We still will hang with them. We still act just like, oh my God, John is the best thing. Becky is the best thing. Karen's my best friend. You hear a black person say that about a white person, I walk away because that fool don't know who her enemy is. That fool don't know who his enemy is because we're not teaching them as parents, and that's our fault. But go ahead. I'm gonna try to make my comments short. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Which one do you want to talk about first, though? We're gonna see how American we are. Like, well, let's test out that theory if we are these Americans. Because the way I look at it is, look, slaves was able to get money. You know what I'm saying? At least they was trying to buy their freedom. You know what I'm saying? They knew they were slaves. Unlike today, where we feel like, wait, we're a part of it. It's up to us to say, But which one you want to talk
I'm
about
trying to
first?
save America. Can we talk about the Anthony baby first? Let's talk about him.
Okay.
Did you pull that one up? You already have that up? Or it's up
Yeah.
to you, whichever one you were prepared for. Let's talk about the one you were
Um.
prepared for, because you got the stuff over there.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Because
I
I know I
got you.
kind of threw that one on you at the last minute. I kind of threw
Yeah.
that
It's
one
all
on you at the
good. It's
last
all
minute.
good.
I know.
Yeah. I ain't look at it, but yeah, we can talk about it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And Steve Eager, within the last hour, a jury has been chosen to decide the closely watched murder trial of Carmelo Anthony.
More than 500 people were on the list of potential jurors, but the jury will not include anyone who is black, despite this case being racially charged. Fox 4's Alex Boyer
Guess
joining
why?
us now. Alex.
No. Why?
Now, hold on. We're
Why?
America. We control
What?
our own institutions, don't we? We control our court systems. That's one of the basic parts of it, is it
Yeah,
not?
right.
All
Okay.
right. Then we're not
Okay,
going
but
to not have
you see
all
how they
black
just
jury
said it wrong.
because we've had so many people defend our right to be a part of somebody else's, to fully integrate into somebody else's system instead of being focused on creating our own systems. You know what I'm saying? But, that's neither here nor there. We guess we can march and say
Steve Eager,
justice
within
or
the last
whatever.
hour, a jury has been chosen to decide the closely watched
Yeah, we
murder
can
trial
march
of
for
Carmelo
everything else,
Anthony.
but
More than
we
500
couldn't make
people
sure
were
that
on
this
the
baby
list
had the
of
right child. You mean ain't no black folk in Texas? None? Not one. Not one black folk. Not one black person is in Texas. Why would his parents allow that? You're not even fighting for your own son. So why should anybody else fight for your son? That's my question. Why would you get an all white jury? You back in the day, you're gonna say, oh, they're gonna give him a better trial. Really? They just nailed the coffin. They just nailed their baby's coffin. He's done. He's unless the Most High come and get that baby a miracle, he's going to get the death penalty or he's going to be in jail for a very, very, very long time, which is so unfortunate because they kill black folk all the time and get no time at all. Those two white girls, they just murdered a 75-year-old black woman. If she had been white, do you think those and it had to been switched around where those girls were black that killed her, a white woman. Do you think those girls would have gotten off because she came in there and was irate, or she came in there and was angry? She came in there and she pushed her, she did what? Do you think they would be out of jail and they because it was self-defense or whatever they called it? Do you think those black girls would have been out of jail? It wouldn't have mattered. Grandma could have been in there with an Uzi and they would have killed her. Then black girls still would have went to jail. Why? Because that's the system that they've set up for black people. And we know that system. because we'll tell you about that system, but we don't fight against that system. We'll march and get about some damn voting rights, but you won't fucking march about your justice system being injustice. Make it make sense.
How you
Make it
get
make sense.
justice again, Cassidra? You don't gotta say it. Never mind.
You already know. You already know. I'm gonna tell you what. It wouldn't have
You
been
do
right there in
the
that court system. Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah, I hear you.
Okay. It wouldn't have been in that court system right there. The little
Mm.
Chinese boy, the little Chinese man who killed a black boy, it wouldn't have been in that court system because the end of that story would have been, well, Chow Mein, he ain't even got no funeral. I mean, we couldn't even find the body. We couldn't even find him. He's gone. I think he went back to his own country. Remember, Lucius? What did he tell about the Klan? He said they must have left town, right? Yeah. Chow
They
Mein
must
left
have left
town.
town.
We weren't even able to, he left town. We can't even find him. He must have went back to China. That's the end of that story. That's how that story would have went for me. I'm just saying, when are we going to make our story? When are we going to have our own story? When are you going to come up with your own ending instead of them coming up with the ending for you of you going to jail for life because you were defending yourself? Because two white boys walked up on you who probably had a legacy of doing criminal activity, but I guarantee you his attorney will never bring that up. You see what I'm saying? But you have black attorneys that set up there and let you pick an all white jury. Two black attorneys that baby had. Who did they get to defend him? They let an all white jury be selected. I would have been like, no, we're not having no trial until we get some black folk on that jury. I don't care where you got to go to the projects to get them. I need some black faces because that's not a jury of his peers. Ain't that what it says? You get a jury of your peers. That's what it says. Those are not of his peers. They're not even his same race. Now, why they can get an all white jury for their cases, but we can't get an all black jury? Why? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna rest with that. Go ahead, forecast.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. Yeah, facts.
Potential jurors, but the jury will not include anyone who is black, despite this case being racially charged. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now. Alex.
Hey guys, good evening.
See, brother, and it's not I apologize for being hostile or whatever. I'd be turned up, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's about us creating our own system in which, like, this system is created for them to be able to do this to us. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
there is
And we
only
don't get
one
it yet.
language that they understand. You know what I'm saying? And that is, what it is. And then when this young brother stands up to defend himself, right, or self-defense, right, and with them thugs, with the, we see all the pictures with the guns and the criminal daddy or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and the broken home and with a single
Exactly.
Neanderthal female mama, you know what I'm saying, who probably on drugs or whatever. We know what's going on. But when they do this, they railroad us in their system because we have never been meant to be a part of their system. But it is important for us to understand that you are a slave in order to not be a slave no more. You know what I'm saying? In order to be ready to fight it. It's just that this dude is putting it in your face right now that you are. But the problem is we've always been this way. And I've been this angry this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about cases like this for like what, 12 years or 11 years or whatever it is. I stopped talking about cases like this. Why? Because what the hell are we gonna do about it besides protest and march and say, damn, what is we gonna do? And then goddamn, how, like, maybe we can vote about it, maybe the voters' rights act. No, none of that stuff has worked. Only one thing has ever worked, you know what I'm saying, throughout the history of America, but they won't tell you goddamn the truth about the real history, like Sheriff Lucius, you know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that brothers stopped a lot of violence by, doing what they had to do. So um yeah, we'll go keep
I mean, that's right, and I can tell you that a court spokesperson confirmed that there are indeed no black jurors on this panel. And I can tell you that before this jury panel was seated, the defense objected to 3 black women being struck by the prosecution. Now, the prosecution contended that it was due to the fact that the women were educators, noting that this incident happened at a school function with young students. The defense then pointed out that those were three of those rather were 100% of the available black jurors in what's called the
All
strong.
right, I didn't see none of this stuff,
All
so
three.
I don't know where to
Judge
play it
Mountain
at.
reviewed their questionnaires and came back 17-year-old Austin Metcalf last year at a Frisco ISD track meet. Anthony was reportedly sitting under a tent for a school that he did not attend. Witnesses say the two got into an argument and Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. Police said,
Bro, they only understand one language. You understand? And when you
Exactly.
start speaking
And
that language,
we're not speaking that language.
hmm and when this brother did, right, you see how all of a sudden they understand how, oh, this is not, they can get quote unquote justice, right? Because they have it set up to where they have all white juries. And do you know there was a Judge Olu Stevens, who was a black man, who was a judge that they took him off because he wouldn't let a defendant have an all black jury, made him apologize, and they still kind of blackballed him or whatever, but he was a judge, so
Yes, they did. They did back on. But this is the system that we think we're going to be safe under. We don't bother to march for this. We don't bother to fight for the justice system, the injustice system. We don't go and fight for that. We go and march for voting. Who's for white men, 78-year-old white men with Alzheimer's to run the country. That's what we fight for. We fight to vote. What are we doing? This is the system that needs to be changed right here. But you have black folk. Like I read a comment, Willie said, you had what the Chinese case with the little boy, you had black juries. Why in the hell was he acquitted? Why did we not have a guilty? See, that's what we got to talk about also. Why are we picking black folk that's coons? They wouldn't go and pick the three teachers that they knew that they was going to be fair. They wouldn't do that. Oh no, we can't have the fairness. We're going to set this dude up. We're going to set this baby up. And his parents allowed it. I'd been like, no, we're not having a trial until I see some black faces. You better get some black faces on that. And I would have told the judge, I need to meet with the judge. You better get me some black faces. You're not trying my child with an all-white jury. You set your son up. You set him up for death. You set him up for the rest of his life to be tainted. He's done. You have an all-white jury. You're done. But I'm arrested that one. I'm done. I don't know. I don't even know what else
80
to say.
miles, stepping outside the
what
Collin
can we
County
say,
Courthouse
Cassidra?
for us. And
We've only been saying that for what, years and years and years.
we heard that one question specifically today that several prospective jurors refused to answer. Sounded like it was a thing in the courtroom today.
That's right, Doug, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I first want to bring you some breaking news that's happening here at the courthouse. There is a decision that Judge John Roach is behind closed doors making right now that could have a major impact, not only on
And I should have brought this one up too, but the young sister, right? You remember the young sister who was defending herself and and was forced to remove part of the young Neanderthal girl skull. You know what I'm saying? And she should not have been in jail whatsoever, right? And
None. None
I
at
need to
all.
look up and
Not
see
at
what's
all.
going on with her because they tried to charge her like
Yeah.
an adult and do the same thing to her too. So I need to remember that
She
and
should
like
have never.
look it up.
She should have never been in jail because Neanderthal can't. She was suspended. The white girl was suspended, and white girl, the black girl was an honor roll student, just like this young man. He was an honor roll student, but they don't care about that. They care about is you hurt one of us. We're gonna put you away forever. We're not gonna use our laws to get those white girls that killed the 75-year-old. We're gonna let them walk. You already see what they setting up. You already see it. What on earth? Why on earth would his parents allow this? Why? I'm not trying him in Texas. You better take him to fucking somewhere else. We're not trying this case in Texas at all. Period. That's the only way you're going to do this. Not even the only way. I'm just saying to make it sense of it. That's not the only way. I'm just saying to his parents, you make it make sense for your child. You are his advocate. You are his fighter. You are fighting for your child. I don't give a damn what nobody would have said. I'm fighting for my child. Get that case out of Texas. Give me some black jurors, and let the parents pick. Let me help you pick jurors for my son. Seriously, you're not going to sit up there and have an all-white jury. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I would have fought harder for my son. They didn't do that. They didn't do any of that. A all-white jury? What are we doing? This is 2026. You ain't got no black folk in Texas? What is it? That part of Texas where you in an all-white county? What are we doing? But go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a whole nother conversation about being the only Negro out there.
On the outcome of this trial, but
Yes,
also
that's
on
another
the
conversation
public
right there. Why you
perception
ain't
of it.
all white?
The prosecution has used its strikes to remove 3 prospective jurors who are black. They made up 100% of those who are qualified who are black to serve on this jury. Now, the defense is protesting this vehemently, arguing that it violates legal rulings. As anyone who has followed this case knows, race has become a talking point even well before this trial because the
But they
defendant is
violate
black
they
and the
violate all the
victim
time,
is
forecast.
white.
What the hell? They violate right now this boy's rights, but nobody's arguing about that. Who is his attorneys? I thought he had black attorneys, right? Why are you not arguing about
What
this? Why are you
rights?
not using civil rights anything? What exactly? What are you doing?
His
You're just gonna
American
let them
rights?
strike those 3 teachers would have saved his case. But because they black, you don't want them on the jury. I don't give a damn. Put them on there. You're not trying my child unless I see some black faces. Period. I don't care. You better get the whatever you got to do recess for the next 15 years. I don't care because I need to see some black faces. You got to go to another country to get them, another state to get them. We're not trying him with an all white jury, and that right there is his civil rights is being violated again. But are they going to say anything about that? No, they're going to set their son. You found this system to set your son up. The prosecutor did that, and they're white. So you already know they setting this shit up. They know how to set it up. They've been doing this shit forever. You think they're not setting it up now? Oh, they already know what they need to do. They're gonna get a conviction. You already know that. And just watch how they do this trial. The whole trial is gonna show how biased they really are. The same way they did with Ozone when they did his trial. They're gonna bring in the Facebook, they're gonna bring in the kindergarten teacher, they're gonna bring in the first grade teacher, they're gonna bring in the white doctor that gave birth to him. Well, you know he was fighting when he came out the womb. What? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna rest with that. Go ahead.
Oh, facts. All right. We're gonna go to the.
Prosecution argues that the circumstances surrounding this case, being a school fight in a school stadium, make it, quote, race neutral, meaning that race did not play a factor in the crime and the makeup of the jury doesn't have to legally reflect that. The judge is expected to make a ruling at
Wait, hold on. I thought it just had to do that anyway because of like civil rights or whatever they talk about that they say we have.
minute. In the
Well, we
meantime,
know it's race
here's
based. We already know that. So why are you sitting up to trying to tell us what it is? And what we see, we already know this case has been race based since the beginning. So now the prosecutor's going to get up there and tell us what it really is. No, you better put some black faces on that jury. I don't give a damn what you got to say. And the attorney, the judge, is going to allow it. What you think? What you think? What you think the judge is doing? We already know who the judge is. This is a judge that has throughout history has put black folk away for a longer time. This is his proven record. He's got a proven record. So now you're gonna sit up there and let his case be in his hand. So he's gonna sit up there and tell you yay or nay? No. Put them black teachers back up there. Because that's his saving grace right there. And hopefully they're not coons. Because you know, anytime they get some black folk, they be coons. They don't get black folk like me to be on the jury. They just don't. They get the
Yeah.
coons. And that's the sad part about it because we can't identify the real black folk. We can't identify the real black people until they open their mouth, until you go to their Facebook page and you see all them white folk. Then you be like, no, that's not the one. See, this is what I'm saying. We got to make sure we pick the right ones because all black folk ain't gonna be for him anyway. Because you heard when he was arguing when it first happened, how many black folk was against him in the first place. So now we got to be careful to make sure that we get the Cassies and the forecast on his jury and not the Candace Owens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
That's
I rest. Go ahead.
yo, shouts out to Raw in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, Raw.
People will be out of this fucking
So
country and be sent back to.
All right, so with the other thing, right? So check it
Message
out.
is for POCs because I do not believe that African Americans are part of the term POCs. We are very distinct. We are different. We are separate from the term POCs. So in the last couple of days across my timeline, I have seen, I believe it's the Chinese over there in China have this Natasha doll where it's a little black baby doll that they take their frustration out. They beat it, they set it on fire, they do all this thing, and they think this is fucking cute. And then there was this little Asian girl, Chinese girl, who was holding a black baby and go, oh, a real live Natasha doll that drools. Let me explain something to Asian people. White folks don't like you. They are actively pissed the fuck off that the Supreme Court will not allow them to kick you out. They think y'all come over here and have anchor babies. If they had their way, if Stephen Miller had his way, every last one of you Asian people will be out of this fucking country and be sent back to from whence your ancestors came, along with the Hispanic and Latino.
Who are you saying has a lot of friends and family? Well, I would say to answer that question, well, they just have a system, right? So it doesn't even matter who is who, you know what I'm saying? And that is the important part, is a system, is a structure, like, so that you can take parts out and you can replace it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who is who. We have something that protects blackness flat out. But the problem is, you know, when it is disrespected, violated, or, you know, physically assaulted, or, you know, in the worst case scenario, there's no punishment that comes with that. And until there's no punishment, and we understand that blackness over whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like, no matter where we are from or whatever, is always the black people who are attacked. Now, of course, we always got our tribal divisions involved in everything, you know what I'm saying? But even amongst ourselves, right, we have to understand that we are not for like the corporation of America who's just there to, like, you can't take the roots out of something and it still be alive. And the roots of this is our death and destruction, and our bloodshed is built off our blood, literally. Like, they make money off of our physical labor and off our blood, you know what I'm saying? And there's no way they can survive without that. And that's the crazy part. That's why they go out of their way to keep us empowered and disempowered, no matter who is in what, you know what I'm saying? Because once we realize that we are all we got, and we like, all right, well, even if you stick to your own little block, well, we all gonna put up, the brothers is gonna put up in the store. And then even when we judge each other, you know what I'm saying, when we go through the hood, be like, damn, these brothers over here wilding and I'm just like, no, like, we got to understand it was a whole structure set up for that to exist in the first place, so that there's no way that we can overcome that without creating a whole infrastructure ourselves, literally, you know what I'm saying? And find a way to get brothers to turn the guns from within themselves outward to defend whatever communities that's built. Because we understand that when we build something, of course they're going to come. They're going to first come trying to join it and dance with you, and then they're going to come try to destroy it. But we know that already. So what are we going to do to protect it, right? So we have to, that's the importance of building our own identity separate from any other group, any other whatever, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never been Americans, my brother, you know what I'm saying? I hate to break it to you, you know what I'm saying? But why would we want to be? Because, like, what the hell is America but like death and destruction and taking people's stuff and killing everybody? And they got, I mean, literally, like, the founding, they call them their founding father, they're pedophiles on the side of a mountain. And we like, yo, I'm a part of that. Hell no. Like, I want to end that so we can have our own. And it doesn't mean it's the end. It means we can have our own. But unfortunately, we cooned out. So it's probably going to take 200 years from now. And then we'll realize, you know what I'm saying? But my bad. I ain't mean to go on that rant. But all right. Look, and this is the stress doll that they're talking about. This, they use black doll babies.
I want you to see it. You know, there's part of it because this one's.
Did the Asians ask why the babies? No, they did not. Only Negroes say why the babies.
Well, there's another word beyond controversial, but I'll let you come up with it. Black dolls used for stress relief, sold in Asia. Here's the video.
So this is a thing.
したアフリカベビーのスクイーズ人形大量に出てきます。これが流行った理由、結婚をせかしてくるお母さんに対してネットでこの人形を購入、ナターシャと名付けて娘として育て始めたこと。
Did the doll have to be black? And before I hear, it's not that serious. Oh yes, it is that serious. Why are black dolls specifically being put through extreme physical abuse? Let that sink in for a bit. It's almost as if
You want to know why they're put through extreme physical abuse over and over and over? First of all, because they don't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, it's because they fight for their right to be a part of it,
Year-old Cyrus Carmack
only to get to the
on
result.
May 28, 2023. He walked into a Shell gas station in Columbia, South Carolina, and almost immediately after entering, he was told by one of the owners to place his bag at the front of the store
Hurry
because
up and buy.
policy. But after that, the owner proceeded to follow him around as he shopped, eventually accusing him of stealing some waters. So the woman's husband, whose name is Rick Chow, and their adult son, whose name is Andy Chow, proceed to chase Cyrus Belton for 130 yards. As Cyrus is running, he ends up dropping his cell phone, he runs out of his shoes, he drops his backpack and trips a couple of times. This is a video of the path Cyrus ran and Rick and Andy followed behind. Now, as this chase is happening, a number of people who were driving in the area start to take notice, particularly the two women in this BMW video.
I had pulled onto the lot and I stopped. At that point, I saw them, Cyrus run across the street, them chasing them. I saw Cyrus trip and he got up and I was excited because I wanted him to continue running, but he didn't get up straight up. I thought he tripped again and he went down. So then I drove down there when I stopped and asked if they needed help. Was everything okay? Mr. Chow was in a shooting stance where he's standing upright with his legs and he had his arms like this.
We pulled into the gas station. As we were pulling in, Cyrus was running out, and behind Cyrus was his son and Mr. Chow. So Cyrus was running out, his shoe came off. He was pumping his arms and holding his pants with the other arm. He crossed the street.
Yo, Cassidra, you know one thing that kind of proves we're not American? You know what America spends the most money on? Is actually military defense, killing, you know what I'm saying, taking people's stuff and quote unquote self-defense is the American way. But us, we don't do that. We pray for it. Ain't no two sides to this, Cassidra. You know that. You know, it's God did this. God put you there, God put me here. Like, we pray for our enemies. We love thou enemy. But do we? Like, because if you don't love yourself, can you love your enemy? So like, if we are, then you know one of the biggest things that Americans do is they want their guns. You know what I'm saying? It's the Second Amendment, boy. You better not take that gun away from an American. All right, so that would be the American thing I would encourage us to be. You know what I'm saying? But you want to say something, Cassidra? I could keep playing it, but it might be long.
Go ahead, you can keep playing. Yep.
He tripped over the curb. At that time, he got back up. I see Mr. Child step out. He had his arms up. And then we see Cyrus fall again to the ground. He kind of like crawled, basically, to the place where he passed.
So we're in here.
Yes, he was on his way back up. Mr. Child was already like this.
Did you see Cyrus Carmack Belton turn around at any point?
No.
Did you see him point anything at Rick Chow or Andy Chow at any point?
No.
And then the driver of this white car testifies about what he saw.
Okay, so when he fell after he had got across the street. Okay. It was something over there that it looked like he had to trip up over or something. The first fall was real hard. Okay. Yeah, he tried to get back up, but it was more so of a stumble versus him standing straight up. Okay. It's like he stood up almost all the way up completely. He maybe took a step, if that, and that's when.
All right. So, but we all know what's up, man. So we all know what's up.
And they continue to verbally attack him, accusing him of stealing water. Interestingly enough, you look at that intricate camera system, Cyrus is telling the truth. He took nothing from that store that day. As he tried to walk out of the store, they continued to verbally harass him to the point where he took his backpack and calmly walked out of the store.
Watching that lawyer's statement just made me think about the case of Latasha Harlins, and it's just so gut-wrenching. Her life was lost for a carton of orange juice that she also didn't steal. For me, the analysis in both of these cases is how anti-blackness is a byproduct of you coming into this country, and a lot of times the adults.
I ain't trying to have this brother be, because he be trying to big up like, oh yeah, not all Asian. You know how they be. Anyway, I ain't gonna go in on him right now because it's not the time for that.
Breaking news out of the Watch Fox Content Center. In the last hour, a Richland County jury finding convenience store owner Rick Chow not guilty of murder in the death of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. It took 8 hours of deliberations. That verdict coming in shortly before 9 tonight. Moments ago, the attorney for the teen's family saying the system failed tonight. Now, Carmack Belton's death rocked the Midlands in May of 2023. Chow and his son chasing the teen out of his store in Northeast Columbia, believing the 14-year-old had stolen water. More than 100 yards later, a deadly shot fired after Chow's son shouted that the teenager had a gun. Our Megan Gagno has been in the courtroom for the entire trial.
They really thought they were going to win their case, didn't they? In their system. They really thought they were going to win. Huh? And what they do, they turn that thing all the way around. And this man chased this baby down the street. The threat. Remember, the man, the little child said he was a threat, right? So you chasing your threat down the street. So tell me what kind of threat? Where was the threat? The threat was you chasing that baby. That's what a threat was. That's what a threat was. But I'm going to tell you what. Today's a new day, buddy. What you going to do, black folk? What you going to do? His daddy sitting right there. You crying your ass out. What you going to do? They just murdered your son and told that man it was okay, that your son was a thug. Your son was a thief. That's the name, the label that they gave your son. But didn't nobody see no water. These black folk came up there and testified. It don't even matter what black folks say, because they're going to still say not guilty. They're going to still say, oh, he still was a threat. Why? Because you're black. I seen a movie, 61st Street. Y'all check this movie out, 61st Street, where the black attorney, and y'all put it to the part where the black attorney stood up there and defended that black boy. That thing was the best part of the movie was when he talked about the system. That right there should be the way that we go throughout these cases when it comes to black people. We talk about the justice system, the injustice system. That's where you have to go with this. I know they didn't think they was going to get a conviction in their system. We never get a conviction in their system. The only conviction you get is when you give it to him. He shouldn't have even been sitting his ass in that courtroom. They should have been at the daddy's court. Because Chow is disappeared. He gone. Ain't nobody. We can't find him. We can't. So now all you're going to do is just tear up his station so he can collect insurance money and build somewhere else? No. We don't let him breathe. We don't let them breathe. Do unto others means what? Christians. Do unto others means what? What you have just done to my child, I do to you and yours. Period. What are we doing? Oh, we're gonna go to jail. For what?
Turn the other
So
cheek,
what?
Cassidra.
Fix the
Turn the other
system.
cheek.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Nah, I just said turn the other cheek.
Fix the system. How about that? Let's fix the system. If I gotta turn the cheek, I'm gonna turn that cheek after I take care of what I gotta take care of. That dude wouldn't have been breathing another breath. Now you went to his system. You have every God-given right to protect your family and to make this system correct itself. If every time you send them to their system and they don't do nothing about it, then that's street justice right there. That's jungle justice right there. But we won't do that because we're so scared of their system. I don't give a damn about their system. I'm gonna take care of this shit myself. This is our system. You don't do it in your system, then we do it in ours. But oh Cassie, oh my God, she's this, she's that. You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. I'm safe. I'm in Africa. I'm just saying. I'm safe. You guys sitting up there watching this shit and nobody's doing anything. I'm not marching nothing. Marching for what? We were marching for. I'm not going to Tear Pit Station because he's gonna collect insurance money and get paid. I'm not finna let him get paid and breathe and live a comfortable life when my son is in jail or under the ground because he put him there. But we didn't hear his record. The man had shot at somebody, a woman, like 2 weeks before that. This is a second shooting. He shot at a woman 2 weeks before this incident. He should have had his ass in jail. But they didn't because he's chow chow. But that's okay because you ran up on the right parent. He wouldn't breathe another day in his life. He wouldn't be sitting up there breathing. Why? Because this is jungle justice. Because it's time for us to do what we need to do. And you can sit here and let them gut the 14th Amendment, the Second Amendment. You can let them gut whatever you want to. Because they're coming after black folk next. Mark my words. But go ahead, because Cassie don't know what she's talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead. They're taking away the 14th Amendment for a reason. But I don't know what I'm talking about, though. You know me. Go ahead. I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's what I was told. I'm a conspiracy. Guess what? Conspiracy theories are true. They come true. These are theories that I see that you don't. But I guarantee you it'll come true. So I'll be conspiracy. I'm okay. Call me what you want. But I rest with that.
Yeah. Only thing I'll call you. Well, I ain't gonna call you that right now, but I appreciate it.
Trial just shot back from the Richland County Courthouse because, as we understand, things were getting a little rowdy inside that courthouse. Now, you just talked to the defense and the family's attorney. What's going on here?
Yeah, well,
What's
Brian,
going
after
on?
nearly 8 hours, the jury unanimously reaching that not
2026.
guilty
What is
verdict.
going on
Rick
here?
Chow has been behind bars for 3 years while this case worked its way through the courts, and tonight he walks free. Cyrus Carmack Belton was 14 years old on Memorial Day weekend in 2023 when he went into Chow's Shell station on Park Lane Road in Columbia and was accused of stealing 4 bottles of water. Chow and his son Andy chased the teen more than 130 yards down Springtree Road before Rick Chow fired one shot, hitting Cyrus fatally in the back. Now, the defense argued Cyrus pointed a gun at Andy Chow and that Rick fired to save his.
Was this all white jury, Cassidra?
Just the thing about it, somebody said it was black jury. Somebody said some black folk on that jury. Okay, my thing is, let's step to them. What happened? What did you see that we didn't see? What happened? What the fuck happened? That's what I need to know. What happened? Why did he get off? You have a child running down the street. What the hell about that didn't you understand? What happened? I really need to know what happened. Because this don't make no sense. You have black folk on this jury. What happened? Are you coons? Are you married to a white man? Gotta be somebody married to white folk. You don't get those type of people on the jury. We don't need those. We don't need Candaces. We need Cassies and Forecasts. If they're not Cassie or Forecast, we don't need no Candaces because Candace gonna go with the white folk. I'm just saying, there's 2 different type of black people. Gotta understand that. This is a shame when you have black folk on the jury and they so busy trying to prove to white people I'm not racist or I'm not prejudiced or I like white people. I got best friend white. See, that's what I'm not there for that. I'm there to prove my brother, and I'm here to prove him innocent. I'm here to prove that Chow Mein going to jail for the rest of his life. I don't give a damn who on that jury don't care. And they just say, "Oh, Cassie, you racist." Yes, I am. Seriously,
Yeah, that's
what
what
we
I was
talking
about to
about?
call you, right? That's what I
I
was
don't.
just about to call you. I was like, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, yes, sir. Absolutely, fucking yes, I am. I hate them. I hate them. Yes, I hate them, all of them, because I know. Khalid Muhammad said, "Why the baby?" We see why the baby. Camilla Anthony had to defend himself from those babies. Two of them, twins, that was bullies. That was bullies. But they're not going to bring up those twins' background, are they? They're going to bring up Harris's, Carmela Harris. They're going to bring up Anthony's, um, his background, right? But not the twins. Let's see what the twins. Let's see their record. Let's see their daddy's record. Let's see them holding that gun. That's what I would have bought up. Oh, I would have went hard. Oh, I would have went hard. I'd have bought the gun up. I'd have had it. I'd have had a whole picture throughout the whole trial of this white dude with this gun. I sure would have. I'd have had daddy's. Hey, him beating his wife, violence in the home. Oh, I'd have had it all. But I guarantee you, you have to understand the prosecution. When it comes to the prosecution, they said, did a horrible job on this baby's that Chow Mein trial. They said the prosecution, no, not the prosecution, defense did a horrible trial. Okay, why? We don't call stuff out like this. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're gonna just keep on. Maybe, keep hope alive. Maybe one day we'll get there. Maybe I don't know. We're gonna just keep praying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
200 more years, Cassidra, we'll be there.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously. I'm just,
I told
obviously.
you.
That's what I'm out. That's,
I'm
that's
gonna
why I
stop
got
saying.
out.
I'm gonna say 5 years. I'm gonna start because it seemed like, but nah, that's just what I
You
see.
can
It's
say
been
200
200
years,
years.
and you're probably right, 200 years. That's why I'm out. That's why I got out right there, because I'm tired of seeing what I was seeing. I'm sick of hearing it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't even know why I pull up the American news no more, because this is what I come up with. Chow Mein talking about this self-defense. How the hell is this self-defense? How am I okay, so if I go up there and I do what I need to do, talking about the dead, going up there and do what you need to do, that's gonna be self-defense because I was protecting my son. I mean, he said he told you use that same line. He was protecting his son when we know the boy didn't have a gun. He didn't have a gun. The white dude was shooting at him. The Chow Mein was shooting at him, shot him dead with no gun, no water, no nothing. So this boy died for nothing. Really? Oh, I'm gonna go to jail. Where's the other dude at? Where's the dude that ran over the police officer? Where he at? We should have pulled him up. He was the only one got some sense. He the only one got some sense. He went and got revenge for his baby. He ran up there and told it, and then walked at the court. They had all the police officers in the court, and he walked past them with his head up. He walked past each and every last one. I'm like, yeah, I did it. Now what? Yeah, I did it. Now what? But see, until we really pay attention to the system and really put it in their faces, they're gonna keep on doing this. They're gonna keep on. But we'll just sit there. The dude. We won't go to the courts. We won't go to the world courts. We won't even bring it up. We won't even challenge it. At least bring it up. At least start the conversation. We won't even do that. You got some civil rights attorneys that won't. He'll sit here and do absolutely nothing. That see all of this and won't, and just too scared that they're going to take their law degree. You don't even need a law degree. If you know the law, you can still present your own case. You can do a better job than some of these people right here. Amelia Sutton, she's the one that's got this reparations lawsuit. Go sign her, AmeliaSutton.com. Go look her up. She's not a lawyer, but she's getting ready to do a civil rights reparations thing. She wants you to sign up for it. Go sign up for it. I'm just saying, it's time for us to do something. Forecast. Go ahead. I'm done talking.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, and I'll hurry up too. Because he said in one part, I'm not trying to play too much of this, but he says one thing that kind of answers something you
Sounds
just
like
said.
prosecutors countered that because the bullet hit Cyrus in the lower back. It proved he was running away when that shot was fired. Now, 4 eyewitnesses testified they never saw Cyrus raise a weapon. And during deliberations today, jurors came back into the courtroom to ask Judge Heath Taylor to walk them through the definition of malice and the difference between expressed and inferred malice before returning to the deliberation room and reaching this verdict once again after 8 hours. Now, it is worth noting back in November of 2025, a judge denied Chow immunity under South.
Okay. Now, It's something that they said here, and they probably said it right here,
Was
right?
fatally in the back. Now, the defense argued Cyrus pointed a gun at Andy Chow and that Rick fired to save his son's life. Prosecutors countered that because the bullet hit proved he was running away when that.
Now you notice
Stop it
how
right
they
there.
was like the jury was like, oh well, what define malice? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? Like, because now they need definitions and all that stuff to not know what murder is. You know what I'm saying? But let young brother, defend himself. All of a sudden, they know what murder is, don't they? You know what I'm saying? Because they practice a system designed to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? But now look at this, Cassidra.
Right. They have a whole
Now,
system set up.
do you
But
know
wait a
that?
minute, forecast. But he said
Mhm.
it was self-defense. But he said it was self-defense. The baby was running away. You shoot him in the fucking back and you still get to say self-defense? How is that possible? We shouldn't even been able to use that. He should have never been able to use that. No, we're not going to call it self-defense when he was running and his back was turned. I remember back in the day, you shoot somebody in the back, you went to jail, period, for a long time because that person was no threat. But they was able to use that self-defense and nobody sat on that jury and questioned that. Black folk in that jury didn't question that self-defense, but he was running. Where's the self-defense at? That would have been my argument. I don't care. We would have had to do a mistrial because I'm gonna stand on that. Self-defense? How? Prove it to me, self-defense. You got some coons that was on that jury, and they need to be. So we need to show up at their house because you didn't do your job. I'm serious. This is what needs to happen. When we got coons on there that don't do what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to come up. Where's Lucius? Lucius, we need some help here. We got some coons that need to be taken care of. What coon therapy? We need some coon therapy. Where's self-defense at? But go ahead, I rest. Are you talking? We can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. Now when you saying shouts out to Comma 804, I appreciate you coming through 804. It's come out that he shot at two other customers in similar circumstance. This number 3.
Yes, that's what I mentioned. Yes, he did. A few weeks before, like 2 weeks before, this boy died. The baby died. He shot at a customer. Tell me they was selling something. My thing is, why was he in your neighborhood? One. Two, why are we allowing him to continue to shoot at people? When you go to his business, he gets to shoot at people. His shop should have been closed down months ago, years ago. Period. When he should have never been. You know that these Chinese people do this. They come and they try. They walk behind you. They talk shit. And you still go to their businesses. Why? Why? After the first shooting, after the first harassment, why didn't you guys shut it down? Why didn't they shut that station down? Nobody should have been, he should have been out of business, out of the neighborhood. This baby would be still alive today. You didn't saw the thugness of this man, okay? Because he's a thug. This is a thug. But you still let him, you still went and patronized his service station. You still went and gave him your money. Whose fault is this for real? Let's go there. Forecast. Whose fault is it? Is it the baby's fault? The daddy's fault? Whose fault is it? It's black folks' fault because you guys continue to give him your money even after he showed these violent tendencies towards you. You still gave him your money. That's some mental illness stuff. That's mental illness. So whose fault is it? Black folks' fault. Because we saw this and we still allowed him to operate in our neighborhoods. We still went to and gave him our business. We do the same thing at the nail shop, at the hair shop, the supply place. They take a stick, they beat you, they lock you in the door, call the police on you, and you still go back because they got a hair sale. That's what happened. One of these stores we tried to close, what happened? They had black women around the corner because they had a buy one, get one free package, a sale that same day. A sale. And black folk lined up. I'm like, look at this. Black men tried to shut it down. You had black women fighting against black men. I'm like, what we're doing here? All you gotta do is offer us some 50% off here, and we're gonna go against what we know to do because we want to get our edges done. Really? Go ahead, forecast.
Nah, see, I want you to check this out, right? You see, when the jury was like, oh, define malice, right? So the phrase, well, I put a phrase in, but correcting a slave cannot be considered malice, refers to a deeply harmful legal doctrine utilized in during slavery. Historically, the concept was used to legally protect enslavers and overseers from murder, right? And so one of the examples is the Casual Killing Act, right? Where if a person died while resisting authority or being corrected by their master, it cannot be presumed that their enslaver or somebody under the authority of the enslaver
And that's what
acted
they're going by right there.
premeditated malice. So basically, you can
That's
do
what
it,
they're
and
going
then
by.
they also had another. They didn't. It popped up before, but it didn't. But yeah, here it is. And Matron read it in the book the other day too. The case State versus Man, right, where an enslaved woman tried to escape and she was shot in the back and injured severely, right, and they convicted him, but his punishment was to pay $5, but it was overturned, right. And it said violence against enslaved people from the concept of criminal malice or battery, right. So the power of the master must be absolute to render submission of the slave perfect, right? So basically, to make good slave of a slave to be considered malice. You understand? But that's probably a whole nother thing there. You know what I'm saying? So, but consider we could talk till we blue and
Where
black in
did
the
malice?
face.
Where did that malice come? Where did malice come in? Why were they concerned about malice? Why not?
Because
We're
that
not.
means
We're not
cruel
concerned.
intent. It means like if you did something to a white person, it's malicious because they're a pure white person. But you Negroes can't be considered that because they're criminals and thugs. So we automatically they probably is justified in your murder because it's not with ill intent or whatever. Because that's what malicious is. Somebody doing
Exactly.
something with
So
ill
how do we
intent
fix
to
this?
you.
Okay, let's talk about how do we fix it? How do we fix it? Do we even show up at their courts? That's how we fix it. We don't show up at their courts. We don't let that person show up at their courts. If you know that this dude killed this baby, shot him dead, and then hollered, "Oh, self-defense," we don't even let him go to court. We handle it because we know that if they go to their courts, it's not going to be fair. You're not going to get you're not going to get jail time. You're going to get hit. He's going to walk. This is George Zimmerman all over again. This is what it is. George Zimmerman did the same thing. He traced down Trayvon Martin, chased him down. Then he started a fight. The lady told him, "Turn around, go back, do not mess with that boy. Let him go. Don't say nothing to him." And what did he do? He proceeded. He started a fight with Trayvon Martin because he thought he was young. He thought he was going to be able to whoop up on him. Trayvon whooped on his behind, and he got mad because he couldn't fight. He had a gun and he shot him. That was the only way he could stop Trayvon Martin. This young brother was whooping up on George Zimmerman, right? What did he do? He turned around and shot him. This is the same case. Same thing. The baby was walking away. He was actually running. He was running for his life. So who's self-defense? Even if he turned around and shot him, that should have been self-defense because he was running after him. That if any, the baby should have shot him in self-defense to get him off of him because he was chasing. So how do I get shot in the back and it's still self-defense? That's what my question to the jury, to the system. How is it self-defense? And they allowed it. Allowed it. How could you allow something like that? Self-defense? I'm running from you. I get shot in it's got to be something going on with the civil rights here. It's got to be civil rights was something. Give me something besides self-defense. This is crazy. And they was not guilty. He's not guilty, really. And you had two black juries, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Willie, how many was on there? I don't know if Willie's still here. I think they said it was what, 3 juries, black juries, self-defense, and it's still not. Wow, that speaks volumes right there. How'd they come to that conclusion? Okay, forecast. Go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah. And shouts out to Nicole in the building. And he said, yeah, how can let's see, how is he allowed to run a football field and shoot him in the back? Well, because correcting a Negro cannot be considered a malicious act. You know, within their laws and within their practices, more importantly. You know what I'm saying? Um, imagine a group of people that put casual and killing in the same sentence, and we want to be down, you know. All right, so let me hurry up, right? Because there's other stuff I want to see. I know we ain't gonna get through everything, because and we ain't gonna be on too late. But well, it's morning for you, so you good. But they ain't gonna listen to us, so let's let this dude say it.
United, there would be power, but they're not. If the Black community were united, there would be power, but they're not. They're splintered into different segments of society.
Play that
That's
again.
why Cyrus Carmack.
What do you say?
Play that again. What did he say? If Black folks were united, what did he say? Play that again.
For years. But some people will not do it for you. Let's get into this video.
If the Black community were united, there would be power, but they're not. They're splintered into different segments of society. That's why Cyrus Carmack Belton, who allegedly took a $1 bottle of water and was brutally slain by Rick Chow, this bastard right here, who just was found not guilty 30 minutes ago and set to be released soon because he's been in jail for 3 years ever since he was charged. A store owner here in America killed this.
Okay, he was in jail for, wait a minute, he was in jail for 3 years. He was in jail for 3 years.
During the trial.
Okay, right there. He was in jail for 3 years. Why is he still breathing? That's what I need to know. Why is he still breathing? Don't we have Pookie and Ray Ray in jail? These are gangsters, right? Supposed to be gangsters. Why is Derek Chauvin still breathing? This is what I'm saying. You'll fight your own, South African. You'll fight your own, Black folk in the hood. We'll fight Pookie and Ray Ray. But we'll let Chow Chow walk. We'll let Amber Geiger walk. We'll let Derek Chauvin walk. We'll let all these people that did some dirt. You have 3 white women. We should talk about that 7-year-old baby too. We should pull something up with her. 7 years old, was put in a white home with white folks or whatever. I don't know if the Black guy was dating one of them or what. 7 years old, 3 white women murdered her. She was 7, Black. We should have I should have gave you some videos for that. I didn't think about it. Why is it that those 3 women are still breathing? When are we going to get jungle justice? When are we going to take the matters in our own hands? Because we see their system is not going to do it. So we're going to sit there and keep praying, hoping and praying that their system is going to handle it? No. When we see stuff like this, we need to handle it. What they're going to do? Put everybody in the world globally? They're going to put everybody in jail globally? We need to do what we need to do. What are we doing? You're slaves. You're scared to breathe. They have you afraid to breathe. They have us trained very well. Willie Lynch was the bomb. I'm telling you. I'd love to meet him. I got to shake his hand. Dude, you did an amazing job. Willie Lynch. He did a wonderful job. But I'll rest with that. Go ahead. This man spent 3 years in jail, and nobody took care of him. Nobody. Y'all some punks in jail. Y'all some punks. Y'all some punks. You're too busy fighting each other, screwing each other, but you will let this man walk free. But go ahead, I'll pass.
All right. Now I'm gonna skip this one, but this is a brother in China trying to goddamn get a building, but you already know what happened to him when he went to China. It's the complete opposite of when they come to our neighborhoods and countries and communities and all sorts of stuff. But I'll play this one instead, right?
Exactly. They're not going to support you in China. They're not supporting him. They're going to stick together. They don't support you in your own country. They don't give money to the Black community. They don't come to Black functions, but you go and give them your money. You're an idiot, Black people. You are fucking idiots. And I'm going to say it. You guys are weak idiots. Go ahead.
Fried
chicken. Who invented fried chicken?
Who invented fried chicken? I don't know.
It's good, bro.
Fuck you talking about? Who eat pets? Fuck you talking about? Who eat dogs? Fuck you fuck eat rats straight from the basement? Fuck you talking about? Who catch pigeons and feed them to people? Fuck you talking about? What?
Why are you mad, bro?
Not mad.
Why are you mad?
You want to be racist? Come on, let's be racist. Open your eyes, and then we can talk. We can't talk until you open your eyes, though.
I am opening my eyes.
I can't tell. I bet you'll open the bitches if I tell you it was a roasted cat behind you, wouldn't you? If it was a rotisserie dog in the backyard, your ass open your eyes, wouldn't you? So you want to be racist? Let's be racist. We're gonna both be racist today. Let's do it. Let's do it. I got a seasoned poodle in my backyard. Come through. Come visit. Come on. We can eat seasoned poodle tacos. Come on.
At some point, we gotta match energy. If we want to do it today, they did it for hundreds of years, so we're a little bit late, y'all. But
Seasoned poodle.
you know, I had to do this before I played this one here. All right, because I want you to see this. Cassidra, check this out. If this is the right one. Oh well, look at this, right? They auction off black people in Libya right here. Check this out.
Oh yeah, they still doing that over there. It's still slavery over there. They're not taking black people over there neither.
The Arabs.
نور بندي طيب
This is the saddest thing ever right here.
Yo, no. That is crazy, you know. But unfortunately, it might be a global epidemic of us. We might be next to be sitting there and change ready to be shut down.
Yep, that's what they trying to do. They trying right now. You gonna go back to slaves? Y'all gonna go back to them fields, huh, black folk? You gonna go back pick them cherries? Strawberries? Yep, at least they're gonna pay you this time. They're gonna pay you $1 an hour. You're gonna have a
Well,
12-hour
slaves
day.
got paid back. You know, slaves got paid back in the day. They got paid probably as much as we get paid.
Yeah. They get
Oh,
paid. They
man.
got paid, but the owners got the money, didn't they? Mm-hmm.
They did,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Let's get into this.
Let's
The
check out.
Louisiana Senate is trying to bring back slavery in every definition of the word in a very, very Republican move. They just passed a bill that makes it a crime.
By the way, I don't separate Neanderthal by political party, right? We understand. I hope we all understand that.
To be homeless. House Bill 211 would force unhoused people to choose between jail or involuntary treatment. Oh, and also, they would make the homeless people pay for it. If they can't pay, they would be forced to perform unpaid labor.
Hold on. And this is it's not really a new thing. It's called, if you look it up, it's called peonage, right? Is where, well, they used to have vagrancy laws like she ain't gonna say it, but laws where if you are to be arrested for being homeless right after slavery, right? And then your children, and then you would get sent back to your original enslaver. And this was the North, you know what I'm saying? The good whites, you know what I'm saying, selling you back into your old slave owners. And then they would take the children because the parents had been arrested. And then there was a thing called peonage, right? So where they would charge you, and it's illegal to lock somebody up because they owe a debt. And that was a law beyond America, you know what I'm saying? Way before America. But they violated those laws when it came to you. So if you owed a debt, they could arrest you. And then every day that you're in jail, they charge you money for being in jail. You know what I'm saying? So you would never work off this debt. So every day you become a prisoner of the state, you know what I'm saying, if you will, you know. But and this is down there in Louisiana with my brother Anthony. So I'll play one. I'll be quiet now.
They just passed a bill that makes it a crime to be homeless. House Bill 211 would force unhoused people to choose between jail or involuntary treatment. Oh, and also, they would make the homeless people pay for it. If they can't pay, they would be forced to perform unpaid labor. I made a video recently talking about the racist anti-Black vagrancy laws and how historically being poor and Black was criminalized. The bill stands on the shoulders of Louisiana's long history of white supremacy and is a continuation of the Jim Crow laws that shackled our ancestors. This bill perpetuates a cycle of oppression.
I thought we got the civil rights bill. What you mean that it continues?
No matter how you word it, it is 2026 slavery. Mind you, in that
No. There's no way possible. And I'm gonna stop being.
same hearing, the cockroach rained down because Louisiana lawmakers voted to give themselves $1,000 to cover certain housing expenses because, of course, housing is too expensive. That is a slap in the face to every struggling family, individual, and constituent who is fighting for survival in this economy. And if you live in Louisiana, you can contact your House members to block this mandate from becoming law before it's too late.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good
Just
luck.
like the
Yeah.
people who like all the
On and
people in
on, on
Virginia
and
who
on.
voted
Next.
yes. They said voted yes to that redistricting thing. I was like, oh yeah, the hell with y'all vote. I try to
Yeah.
tell them, but let's go to
But if you
what.
look up the homeless population, you'll see more majority are black on the homeless. So that's why they're coming up with a new law because they're looking for other ways of putting you behind bars. They're looking for other ways because once they put you behind bars and you have a record, then you're considered a slave all over again. It didn't change. You think because they didn't the books they changed the laws and took some stuff off the books does not mean they're not still abiding by those laws. Okay, y'all have to understand. If you could see it, it's probably still the same. Willie Lynch, they'll tell you, oh, it didn't, he wasn't a real person. Okay, he didn't have to be. The system is. So whether he was real or not, we can look at the system. We can look at the Willie Lynch definition and see it in black people. So because either whether he existed or not, we can see the rules at hand. But I rest.
Cassandra, you want to get madder, or do you want to just go to more of a positive ending?
Oh God, I don't even know, Lord. I don't even know, Lord, Cass. You know what? Let's like, hey, continue on with the madness. Maybe this will stir it. Maybe this will start it. Maybe. Hey, keep up alive. Come on,
Okay,
Jesse
check it
I'm
out.
not going anywhere.
All right, let's see if
Can't
this makes you
believe
mad
that
enough.
in modern times this was going on, but then this country has a history of
Shit
this
show.
too. What haven't you done, America? And I'm not going anywhere. So if you just happen to pass by, you say, well, what if she talks about America like that, just leave it. I'm not going anywhere. My country.
And by the way, when they say that, just be like, well, drop me off when you're going back to those dirty, dark caves you come from with
To the
those
top of the
shithole
mountain.
countries. Drop me off on your way back. How about that? Just tell them that. Don't
Drop me off
argue
when
with
you're
them.
headed back
I'm
to
an
the top of
American.
the mountains.
How about you? How about you take the ship and drop me off on your way back to those dirty ass caves? How about that? But the point is, though, like, yeah, what have you done? Haven't done, America? No, yeah, this is what America does. So why would we want to be a part of something that is meant for? Like, we don't. I don't think we understand that. Like, how much that is based off our blood and our labor. You know what I'm saying? Like, having us to work in jails and fields as slaves, like to me, like I don't say the stuff about the 13th and 14th Amendment because I've been saying the whole time, you've never been citizens. You know what I'm saying? You tell me where you have been citizens. And if you tell me the 14th Amendment, I will say, show me that it didn't make a corporation like the businesses a person. Businesses have used the 14th Amendment more than black people have. Now, when they take it away, only you gonna get it taken away, but Target is still gonna be able to sue you as a person, right? Corporations are more persons, right? Because if you look at their legal, they always say persons, but the only time you've ever been mentioned was, guess what, 3/5 of a person. You know what I'm saying? And even Malcolm X said back in the day, if you were a citizen, why would you need a civil rights bill to make you a citizen? You know what I'm saying? Why white people don't have civil rights bills? Because they are
Exactly.
citizens. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
we're not citizens. We don't get
But
that yet. How many times we gotta tell you guys? Why do you think they're trying to take that away now? Do you guys not understand the gist of it? We still acting like we slow. Stop it. Investigate. Do your own research. You don't believe what we're talking about? Look it up yourself. All of this stuff is they bringing it back. This stuff is these are laws that was on the books before. But if you don't know your history, you don't know that this was here and they took it away and now they're bringing it back. But they just bring it back and then they just rebrand it. Like those now labels. Remember back in the day, the now labels were huge, right? But what did? They took them away, brought them back, rebranded them, and now they little as hell. And you get a little bit of your old piece of candy and call it now later. That's rebranded. They rebranded the system is rebranding itself right now as you speak. Now they're trying to make homeless people criminals. Okay, they did that already. Jim Crow, they did that. Remember? Y'all look up your history. And we still act like these people are fair. We still say, well, I'm gonna call the police and we're gonna go to trial and bitch, what? Trial what? He just shot the boy in the back. Self-defense. Go, walk home. You're free. What the hell? Y'all not ready to do nothing yet?
it's
Y'all wasting my
2026.
time. I could be still asleep. It's 5:30 over here. Well, now it's 7. We've been on here an hour and a half. Y'all wasting my time. You ain't gonna do nothing. This is a waste of time. I don't even know why we keep doing this every week. We do talk about this every week. And what black folk do, we getting worse and worse, lazier and lazier. We just don't care. We scared. I don't know if we scared or what. What is the meaning? I don't know. Is it scared? Fear? What is it? Put in the chat. What is it? Scared? Fear? Help us understand what's going on. What do we need to say here to help you guys get ready? Because it's time to do something. Because we've had enough, had enough. I'm serious. Enough is enough is enough is enough. What's it going to take? Tell me what's it going to take. Put me in the chat. What's it going to take, y'all? What we need to see to make y'all get mad enough to do something? What do we need to do?
Well, listen to this. Cassidra. Check this out. Check this out. Right?
I can criticize it. I can talk good or bad. How about torture?
Once you stop talking about
I've been subjected to experimental vaccine without consent. What if it was your child? The families of 2 Black infants who were unknowingly enrolled as test subjects in a mid-1960s vaccine trial for a respiratory virus and died shortly afterward have sued the United States government. And look who's
why the babies?
He never gets to sleep. You can't rest, Attorney Crump, can you? They keep pulling you back to work. Heavy lifts, too. It's also known, though, as RSV. You've heard of that one. At a children's clinic in Washington, D.C. between 1965 and 66, without their family's knowledge or consent. That's according to a lawsuit filed on May 22nd. Both died from the disease, coupled with bacterial pneumonia about a year later.
All right. We know about all of that stuff. And then you mentioned this, Cassidra, because you did mention this. This young
In Long
sister.
Island last night, news broke out that a mother, along with her mother and her daughter, were charged for murder of a child who was 7 years old by the name of Jordan Duncan. Apparently, Jordan Duncan passed away in December of last year due to an infection that was never...
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me pick this one.
She was the prettiest thing, and like I said, she came on Halloween every year.
It's just heartbreaking. Neighbors here on Oak Street in Bayport cannot believe what investigators say allegedly happened to this beautiful little girl behind the closed doors of this house. Prosecutors say these women, 3 generations from the same family, are now facing charges in connection with the torture and death of 7-year-old Jordan Duncan, who had been living with her father's fiance, Emily Kelly, on the left when she died last year. In court, prosecutors said the little girl had more than 90...
Oh, she was dating the black daddy or something? Oh, man.
I think so. I'm not sure. I think so. But he leaves her with her. He leaves his daughter with them. He's an idiot. Because he's an idiot. You mean you didn't see none of this? He needs to go to jail, too. Seriously, he should be in this jail cell with them. You didn't see none of this. So would you not visit the baby? You took your baby from the wife or from her mother and put her with them. Or did the mom die? I don't know what happened to the mom. Just never know that background. But this is where you left her. Just look at the yard. Look at the house. Look at the yard. That's where you left your child. That ought to tell you some dysfunction going on up in that house. But this is our fault again. Whose fault is this, black folk? Whose fault is this? Okay. She didn't get in that house by herself. She had a whole daddy that put her there. You didn't check on your child? You didn't see no marks? You wasn't checking on her? You wasn't talking to her? This went on for what, a year? Couple years? She been there. This happened last year. But I rest. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
Wounds on her body. Suffolk DA Ray Tierney telling Newsday she was an extraordinary child. She certainly deserved better.
A lot of the evidence in this case comes from text messages that were sent, from videos that were found when prosecutors, investigators obtained a search warrant to look at the phones of the defendants.
It's sadistic. It's horrible. And I worked in a mental institution for 31 and a half years. And when I heard that, and I've heard a lot and seen a lot, but when I heard that,
Kelly was indicted on second-degree murder, unlawful imprisonment, reckless endangerment, and other charges. Her 75-year-old mother and 24-year-old daughter were also indicted.
The evidence the news ain't really say what they did to her, but I don't even want to.
The result of no depraved indifference or malicious intent whatsoever.
prosecutor said Child
So that go
Protective
out
Services
malicious words,
placed the
though.
girl with
This isn't.
Kelly in 2024. When asked about the case and the CPS's involvement, a Suffolk County spokesman said no comment.
So, in other words, malicious is a part of European culture and behavior. Is basically
So they didn't get
what
first-degree murder. They
malicious
got
Hold
second
on,
degree.
say
Why they didn't
harassment.
never get charged with first-degree murder?
is. Mhm. Malicious is
Why they
called
never get
being
charged with
unmanly.
first-degree murder?
Yeah, because we don't do nothing about it. You know?
15
What are you gonna do?
suggestion. Here it is.
She's a criminal. But y'all check me for this. Criminals? I didn't say you were. But y'all check me. But you brought up that 15-year-old girl who's a criminal. Y'all check me for this though. Yeah. You're giving us criminal indications. So we stopped you. No.
See how they messing with these kids, all these children.
Annoying and you're dumb. Criminal? Oh, we can't, but you can say whatever you want. But we can't. He look like a criminal? No, that's not what it is. This is a high gang, high crime area. It's not my fault you guys live in this neighborhood. I didn't choose to.
Only the best people.
Well, I mean, where is your, you know what? Cassidra, you know, just so they don't think that we going too far. I want you to see that they say it about themselves
My
here.
proposal is
Look
not
at this.
trying to stop having children.
Can't have children, in other words. But
The most compassionate and moral thing that humanity can do is to stop having children and let ourselves go extinct. They even have a motto. May we live
Oh, I
long
wish they
and
would. Jesus, please.
Look at
Help
the
us
study
grant us
from
that wish.
1991 by Les Knight, and it says that if you look at what humanity has done to the planet, the
Guess
mass
who done it?
deforestation, the extinctions, and all of the plastic in the oceans,
Who done all that
it's an
stuff?
uncomfortable but logical conclusion that the Earth is much better off without us.
Thank
The
you.
problem is with
Right.
human beings and our voracious, exploitative, brutalizing human nature. Every human being, no matter how carefully they tread, consumes resources, displaces other species, and accelerates ecological damage simply by existing.
I sound like a
My
Neanderthal to
proposal is
me.
not violent or forced, but rather the voluntary decision to stop reproducing in the hope that humanity will dwindle away. It might be argued that this is
Neanderthals
against
will
every
dwindle.
biological instinct we have. Our genes.
Like with we must work together and scientifically cause the solution to every bad experience.
The solution, they come up with it. They figured it out before we have, because they figured out the solution.
Extinction is mercy. Like with any societal change, we have to grow the movement to make all of this possible. There will never be a justification for allowing extreme victims and suffering.
Join us and help to prevent extreme suffering in the only way possible. Extinction.
You hear that, Cassidra? The only way possible to forbid all of this stuff that we've talked about all night is what? Extinction.
The only way. He just told you.
Jesus. He just
He
told
just
you.
told you. He just told you. That's the only way. The only way. The only way. And it's happening now because they're not reproducing. It's happening, but it's just not happening fast enough. Because Joe Biden said by 2040. Okay, 2040. So that means we got about 12 more years, 14 more years. We got a long way
Unless
to
we
go
help them
before
along,
we
I
don't see.
guess. We could be
I'm just saying.
we
I'm just
could be
saying. We can do that too.
humanitarians and help them along.
That's right. We can do that too. I mean, that would be great. But if we stop reproducing with them, stop mixing and mingling with them, stop marrying them, stop having babies with them, I think we'll see. We'll see that speed up a little bit. But black men are helping them out. Somebody said, "Someone who daddy is in prison." Oh, daddy is in prison. What the world? Okay, Raymond, what are you saying?
The mom
Elaborate.
lost custody. She said the mom lost custody with the. I
Oh,
think you're talking about the young girl or the 7-year-old
okay,
girl.
got it. Okay, thank you. And the
Yeah.
dad is in prison. Okay, well, why would he give him? Well, how did the baby get in the house? That's all I need to know. How did the baby get to that house? So now that they're getting ready to come to that same prison that he's in, let's see what he gonna do about it. What are you gonna do about it? Are you setting up things now so that when they get to the women's side of the prison, they'll be taken care of? What are you doing about that? That's what I'm just saying. See, this is things that can be taken care of behind the walls. Okay, don't nothing happen when your dad in jail. You know what happened to the dude that molested the 3-year-old? They finally got him. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen to these 3 women. Okay, when they go to jail.
Mm-mm-mm. Let's hear the answer. Let's just hear the answer.
Don't be
What
on the side of the elite and privileged. Be on the side of the victims depending on you, and extinction to prevent their extreme, incomprehensible torture.
Yeah.
Extinction isn't a fantasy. It's a serious and real project that we have to work towards to provide safety from forced existence
You
and
hear that?
forced suffering, and undo the mistake
Being slaves.
of forcing life into extreme suffering and terrible conditions.
Join the
pro-extinction movement today. Help us fight
I
today.
support this movement. Now you want to find some good white folk, consider. I'm tempted to say there's some good white folk right here, except for the problem is they like, oh well, we'll die of old age, right? This is what keeps them from being the good white folk that y'all talk about, right? Because they're not saying let's go out there and make this happen, right? They're saying, well, we'll die peacefully of old age. No, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Let's be the real good white folk that exist and take everybody out and then take yourselves out with. Then consider we may have found the first good white ones. Until then though, I'm still on your side. But they almost got me on that one, consider. These are the good whites.
And suffering.
Tonight, he joins us from Portland, Oregon. Last night, welcome. About 10.
Okay, so and as we know, naturally they have terrible genetics, so they're gonna get taken out anyway.
He's going to
You know what I'm
argue with
saying?
me and say that he before we were dating. Sorry, okay?
We're being out what?
out as if it's not the meaning of life to start a family, to I feel like you get the fulfillment that you get from having a family and raising kids that you can't get anywhere else, but it's also like your duty to the world to reproduce. Like we're being outproduced as well, by the way.
We're being out what?
Outproduced by like immigrants within this country. Like it's just like white people are gonna go extinct.
Let us pray.
Work was so hard.
You're still a valuetainment then?
Yeah.
That's what we're experiencing. That's what we're going through. It's going, but we all know they will. And the people that are still standing behind this regime,
Ones will go extinct, but like, no, I don't think the white race will ever go extinct.
Do you think it's a problem if we become such a small percentage?
Oh no, I would.
Well, I beg to differ, boy.
Well, you know what? If they've been extinct, they've been a small percentage before, and they still have control. Look at Africa, South Africa. They're a small percentage, but they still set up a system that still have them in control. So they can, and they're doing that even now. Why do you think they're doing the gerrymandering and, and the districts changing? Why do you think they're doing that? Y'all don't understand why white folk do stuff for future generations. They don't do stuff for tomorrow. They do it for generations. So they set stuff up that they know that's going to work for them for generations, not just for today. This is going to be something that's going to help them to survive for many, many years. And we don't understand that. But I rest with that. Go ahead.
Okay. So speaking of extinction, I want you to check this out, Cassidra. Look at this,
Ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
And she got targets.
Yeah, you only got around 30 seconds. You ready?
Under 30 seconds, she hit all the targets. So it's definitely good practice, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't understand the meaning, I don't know what to tell you. But he said the mom requested to get the girl, but they wouldn't let her, I guess.
Of course they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? We don't get it yet, do we?
Well, why is it? Well, this is the one language that is understood.
What, niggas? Hey, bitch!
That's it. Come on now.
Uh, the one. Now we don't have a lot to draw from. I could have picked some old ones, which I probably should have, but I'll just leave it at that one.
What, niggas? Hey, bitch! Who the fuck?
You see, like the problem is, there aren't enough consequences for me to even pull up consequences. So
Exactly.
I guess we get what
That's
these
one in a
things are.
million. That's one in a million. We won't see that for another 5 years, 10 years. We won't see that again. But because they get you trained right now that we can do whatever we want, and you got to sit there and fucking take it because we can call it whatever we want to call it, and we can still walk. Just like we saw that 75-year-old woman get beat the hell down. We saw it, but as they was showing it, they was telling you what to see. And a lot of black folks was talking about, oh, she needed that, she deserved that, she went in there running her mouth and blah blah blah. Now this is black folks talking about their own. White folks saying the same stuff. You got black folks jumping on their bandwagon, talking about the black woman deserved it. No, since when do we get beat up when we go and have a cup of coffee? But if there had been a white woman and those black teens would have jumped on her, their asses would have been in jail, under the jail, still today. But they can do whatever they want to you, and then you got black folk that'll sit there and take up for white folk. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I can't make sense of that. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense, please. Help me out. I don't understand. I'm have to, you know what? I'm gonna get my own island. I'm just saying, I'm finna buy my own island. Y'all Cassies wanna come on forecast Cassie, let's go. We're gonna have to move away from these people because I'm done. It ain't no help. We can't help. We can't help. They done. They're lost. Ain't nothing we can do or say forecast to help. I'm just saying. So we're gonna keep being frustrated. We're gonna keep being, upset because these black folk ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna continue sitting up here looking crazy, doing absolutely nothing. Because why? What's gonna change? Nothing's gonna change. Nothing has changed. Nothing ever will change because we're not gonna force it.
Yeah. And you know what, Cassidra, I'll give you another one. Yeah, it's definitely assimilation. Just because I'll give you another one. Um, and we already seen it, but like we gotta run it back again just because we ain't got that many to choose from anyway. So
Yeah, let's see it. Run it back again. Let's see it.
can you hear it?
Oh yeah, I hear it.
I can't hear it. And that's gonna be that's gonna be you when you come back to America, Cassidra.
Oh, I ain't coming back. You can forget that. I will die before I'm not coming back. You can forget that. That's not ever gonna happen. Ever.
You want to say something to wrap it up before we get out of here, though?
I don't even know what to say. I think all the videos showed and said enough. If you don't get it by now, you ain't gonna never get it. I don't have anything else to say. I don't. We've shown you videos. We've shown you what they're trying to do. We've shown you the 75. You've seen on the news the 75-year-old. We've seen on the news Chow. We've seen on the news how self-defense. He running away from the man. You call it self-defense. They can call it what they want to. What are we gonna call it? What are we gonna call it? When are we gonna give them our definitions of how we really are? When are we gonna change the scenario for us? What are we gonna do? When are we gonna do it? When are we gonna start? Why are we not up in arms right now? Why are we not so fucking mad that we do something about it? What is going on with us? What? When are we gonna get when are we gonna do anything? What are we waiting for? Are you waiting to see yourself in shackles? Is that what you're waiting for? Because you're getting ready to see it. You're getting ready to see it. So is that what you're waiting for? Now we got a baby who's in their system who has an all-white jury. Whose fault is that? That's his parents' fault. That is his parents' fault. You're too passive. You're too passive. You're not in the news enough. You're not saying nothing about it. I'd have had that in their face. You're not going to put an all-white jury on my son. You're not doing that. And I'm going to help you pick the jury. Those 3 teachers would have been perfect. But the prosecutor knew that. So they came up with a reason why we don't want them black teachers on there. Oh, no, they going on there, whether you like it or not. They stay. That's what I would have done as a parent. But I would have also interviewed them. I need to understand how your mindset is rolling, because we know black folk, we got all type of black folk. We got Coons, we got forecasters, we got Cassies, and then we got Candace Owens, okay? So what type of black folk were those teachers? Were they Candace Owens? Could have been, because they've trained our teachers well now. Because you got teachers doing some crazy stuff too against black folk, black students. But it's time for us to move, to make some plans here. It's time for us to do something, because they putting stuff in order. They setting it up right, even right now in your face. They're setting it up. They're getting to where they're redistricting things. Why are they doing that? What does that mean when they redistrict stuff? We need to do a thing on that. What does it mean when they redistrict? That means that they're getting rid of the black vote. They couldn't do it by the immigrants, so they come in and doing it a different way. Because they was really going to use the immigrants to take your votes, to replace you. Okay, Trump stopped that, right? So now what they doing? They said, okay, we got to redistrict some things, move some stuff around. Okay, but what are we doing about that? We see it. Are we going to say anything? Are we going to do anything? I'm not marching. You can forget that. I'm not marching. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not. You ready to do something? Let's do it. Are you ready to march? You march without me. But I'll rest. I'm done.
You ain't coming to the Edmund Pettus Bridge with me? Like, I'm planning to go down there. And
see you on TV.
Come back. I'm gonna wait till you get back there.
Oh, you gonna be waiting, because I will not ever be back. I will not ever. I'm gonna die right here, and I'm gonna be buried right in the cemetery up the road. I will not be coming back. I'm just.
I get your plane ticket.
Never.
I got you.
Hey, never. Anybody want to come? I got a room for you, but I won't be coming back there ever. Because I see the system. I see them setting it up. I see them. You say, well, how you take care of yourself? Create your business. Create a business. You can do it. Create your own business. Import-export forecast. There you go. I just gave you a business plan right there. What you doing? What you sitting there for? I'm just saying, what we doing? But go ahead. I read.
No, facts. Shouts out to my brother KW Don 7. He said we waiting for Jesus, and we waiting on Jesus. Yeah. Cassidra, you already know what the last word is gonna be. I know you can guess what the last word is gonna be, but let's let them hear it.
Or they even go to court. He can forgive F.W. de Klerk. He can forgive John Foster. He can forgive the no good, dirty bastards of South Africa, but he couldn't forgive Winnie Mandela, who stayed with him for 27 long years. What more does a black woman have to do? What more does a black woman have to do? It was Winnie Mandela and our heroes, and comes right up in our face. And
all right, that's the part right here.
That's us. I said, if they're gonna be merciful, we give them 24 hours.
Shouts out to MD2.
Get out of town by sundown. I say, if they don't get out of town, we kill the men, we kill the women, we kill the children, we kill the babies, we kill the blind, we kill the cripple, we kill the crazy, we kill the faggots, we kill the lesbians. I said, God damn it, we kill them all. You say, well, why kill them all? Why kill the women? First, why kill the babies? They're just little innocent blue-eyed babies. Because, God damn it, they're going to grow up one day to rule your babies. Kill them now. Why kill the women in South Africa? I said kill the women because the women are the military manufacturing center. And every 9 months they lay down on their backs and reinforcement rolls out from between their legs. So shut down the military manufacturing center by killing the white woman. Why kill the elder crackers? The old crepit crackers in South Africa. How in the hell you think they got old? They got old oppressing and killing black people. Yes, sir. I say, kill a cripple, kill a hellfire, kill a hog, God got it. Kill them all. Kill a faggot, kill a lesbian. And after you kill them all, I said that day about Mandela to let you know what he really knows about me, don't know a damn thing. I said, then you go to the goddamn grave and dig them up and kill them a goddamn again because they didn't die hard enough. And if you don't have the strength to dig them up after you've done all that work, just go to the grave and shoot in the damn grave. Kill them again because they didn't die hard enough. I don't have.
There you go, Cassidra. What you think about
I
that?
couldn't have said it no better. That made my day right there. I couldn't have said that no better. But guess what? The thing about it, they got him before he got them. That's the sad part about it. They got him. He got poisoned. That's how he died. And I guarantee you, it was one of them Candace Owens in the camp that did it. I guarantee you it. But that's the best part of the show right there. He told you what to do. He told you what to do. But we all know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I rest.
Yeah, so shouts out to Carmelo Anthony, that young brother. And shouts out to that sister who had to remove a piece of that white girl's skull cranium to protect herself. And until they are walking free, then none of us are free. As that old expression goes. But to be real with you, we slaves, so let's go to sleep so we can get up and work for the white man tomorrow. Cassidra will be back in America by the end of the week doing her part to work for
Oh,
the
the
white
devil's
man
a
too.
whole liar. Don't let the devil use your mouth for a cast. Don't let Satan use your mouth, okay? Because I'm not coming back. I just told you that. I don't give a damn what. I ain't coming back. I told my kids, y'all can come, you can stay. It's up to you. I'm not coming back. So no,
Yeah.
we won't be catching no train. We won't be catching no plane. We won't be doing any of that. So if you're not over here, then you won't ever see Cassie. You will hear from me, but you won't see me ever again on that land. Ever
Yeah.
again.
Well,
Okay?
the rest of us, Raw, RBG, I ain't gonna say Raw, but RBG, or my shouts out to Raymond who was in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, and
Welcome, Raymond.
so shouts out to you, my brother. At Karma 804, you coming with me, you could be enslaved in my shack or whatever. Nicole, Nicole gonna be alone. She gonna be waiting for Cassidra to come back.
Oh yeah,
So
she
she
be
in
waiting.
her shack.
She be waiting.
MD2 and Bakari probably gonna be in the shack together. So I don't know how that's going. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make it work though. So but no, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm kind of, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate y'all for listening. And listen, hurry up and buy and get the hell up out these stores. Hurry up and buy from your own people. Build your own communities. You want to know how to do it is to support your own. All right, start with your own family. Build your family up. And then, all right, let's build my neighborhood up. All right, now let's build this city up, this block, whatever, or this city, this state, or whatever is whatever we would call the state, But let's just do it. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.